Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Now, if you're watching this video, that means that I decided to post it because I thought about this, but I'm a pretty, I guess the new term is a transparent guy. I try to be honest with people, try to be fair with people. I do my best to help my friends and my family. And apparently we live in a world that everybody don't feel that way, and it's just unfortunate. But I'm going to entitle this, Is It Me? Or Is It Just Me? Because I was laying here and I woke up, because I guess I had a lot on my mind. I got stuff to do. And I thought about all of these things because, again, this is the world, the eyes, the phrase is through the eyes of Morris Man, the world through the eyes of Morris Man. Again, no two people are the same. But this is how I feel. And there's some people that feel this way and most don't. When you get a certain age, when you get in your 50s and your late 50s, realistically, that's when you start to have health issues and everything starts to slowly go downhill. Not for everybody. There's some people that are fortunate enough or they had the extreme foresight when they were young to say, I'm going to do this now so I won't have to deal with this later. But at some point in time, we're all going to die from something, whether it's cancer, natural causes, diabetes, heart attack, strokes, something is going to take us out. We're not going to live forever. So this is around the time when people start to have health issues, maybe whether they're major or whatever or minor. So I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to be here, but I've always wanted things to be right before I leave here, as far as there's some issues that I have with people or, just want to get it resolved. That's just me. There's some people that can take a grudge and hold it for the rest of their life till they die, and that's not a healthy life to live. If you can relieve yourself of issues, do so. If you got issues with people, try to work it out. Now, I do understand we live in the real world and sometimes they refuse to or you refuse to, but it's just sad that it's that way. So I just want to mention some things as far as, is it me? Because I know it's not me. And it ain't an issue of me tripping or me being, ego tripping. Or it's always everybody else's fault, not mine. I own up to my faults or my problems when I have them. It's like, okay, it was me. Maybe I should have did it this way. But I'm just going to give you a few examples. And they're personal, but it's like this video serves as I guess, if you got issues with people, try to resolve it, and if not, you're forced to leave and walk away from because some things can't get resolved or some people refuse to resolve them, and like I said, as far as that car thing and those three people, I'm like, I've been nothing but good to those guys, and all three of them just fell flat on me. All three of them. It's like, oh man, two of them said that they was going to do it. Then just didn't do it. And the first guy kind of didn't commit to it, but then he weaseled out, and I do stress weasel because I'm like, man, you're so busy and you can't help your friends. If someone comes to my aid in dire needs, I'm going to put whatever I got work going on to the side for a moment, and then come to the aid. It's like, okay, well, I can get back to this, but this here has to be dealt with now. I can't put this on my schedule, on my what they call those, planners, my Franklin, back in the corporate days. I can't put that in my plan. I'm going to stay this guy's life on Thursday at 8 o'clock, but I thought about some of the issues that have not been resolved in my life, and they're due to no fault of my own. And I'm going to start with my daughter because I love her to death. She's defiant. She's extremely selfish. And I had to tell her that. I'm like, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful to you, but I'm telling you the truth. I can't recall, or I know when I was growing up, as much as I love my mama, I'm like, I'm going to help my mama. It ain't about my mom always helping me and I won't help her when she needs to be helped. Only time I show up is when I want something from her. That was the farthest thought from my mind as a kid. But I guess teenagers today are different. And I can respect that, but different shouldn't be disrespectful, or wrong. I can't sign on to that or, sign off on that nonsense because it's nonsense. So, hopefully we can get our issues resolved because I'm like, it's not my fault. Whenever you need me, I'm here. I've always been here. So that is what it is. But I know it ain't my fault. You know, it's definitely not my fault. You know, because what really hurt me in that instance when that, COVID-19 kicked off, didn't hear from her. I was like, man, I'm a high risk. You know, I'm older. I got diabetes. You know, I could catch this and die. I got no call to check on me. Are you okay, Dad? You know, from time to time, I just call you, make sure you're okay. I love you. Nothing, because that wasn't in her best interest. But when she needs something, she's here. You know, so I'm like, that's why we got our rift. And she went to California. I ain't heard from her since December. I'm like, well, I wish you well, and I'm always here for you. I love you, but I'm not cowing down to you. I'm your parent, you know. Supposed to respect me. You know, back in the day, they respect you and feared you. And fear was a good thing back then because fear saved your life. Fear kept you out of stupid situations that could end your life, you know. It's like, I ain't going over there. I ain't doing this, you know, because I know what's going to happen to me. You know, but nowadays, you know, it's a different set of rules, I guess. And I'm like, I'm old school. I can't obey or play by your rules because your rules going to end us, we end up in a dead end, at a dead end. You know, but the second one, when I got sick, like I told you guys, I almost died twice. And my life has not been the same since that incident. You know, it's like my life changed for the worse, you know, because prior to that, life was wonderful. You know, I worked hard. I achieved a lot of things. Then all of a sudden, I got too many antibiotics, caused a whole bunch of problems with my system. You know, like I said, almost died twice. And the second time, well, actually, after the first time, I said, I was kind of convinced I'm not going to be here too much longer. You know, it ain't too much I can do about this. I've tried, and I went all over the country to see doctors. I was about to go to Japan, dude. I was like, okay, I guess I got to go there, you know, because I'm like, I'm not giving up. I still got some good years, you know, I ain't trying to lead like this. So I consulted my brothers or my family, you know, especially this one Pacific brother, my older brother. And I said, I need you to come back because I need to talk to you because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen to me. But in the event that something happened to me, you know what happened to me and you guys know what to do moving forward. He said he was coming up. That was the Monday I had a conversation with him. He said he'd be there Wednesday. That was 20 years ago. I ain't heard from my brother, seen him since. Now I'm like, now I know he didn't think I was calling him for money because I've never asked for money for anybody because like I told you, I've never been broke. So I'm like, I know that ain't it because I can understand if that was it and I had a history of begging for money. Like the dude trying to hit me up for money, get me over there. Ain't gonna so we can eliminate that. So I'm like, so what was it? You know, because I find it interesting. And again, I'm going to share some stories with you guys. When I was working at Jules part-time, I think I was making $45 a week. My brother already was at CTA making big money. And he would borrow money from me. I would give him like $10, $15, you know. I'm like, why do you need my money, dude? You making all this money. And I'm not going to go into what he was doing with his money. That's because that's his business. But that's just an example of how far I would go to help my family, you know. So I'm like, this dude was borrowing from me. And I never borrowed a dime from my brother, you know. So I was quite hurt when he just pulled a ghost move on me. I was like, what was that about? So what's interesting about this situation is right now, my brother lives about 10 to 15 minutes away from me. Out of all my family members, he lived very close to me. I haven't seen him in 20 years, haven't talked to him. I still don't understand why, you know. And my other brother who's next to me still communicate with that brother. And I called him because he said that he was coming to the state and he was going to come visit. He's going to stay with him and come visit me and bring him. I'm like, cool. Because I don't have a beef with him. I'm like, I just don't have anything to say, you know, since he had nothing to say to me. And it's not being spiteful or anything. I'm like, just being honest. It's like, I haven't heard or talked to you in 20 years, you know. I could be dead already. So when I called my brother next to me, he said, well, he's at a funeral in Alabama. And my other brother went with him and my oldest sister. So he said he'd call me back next week. That was like a month ago because he said he was coming back. So apparently he felt he was in the middle and he had to make a choice. And I guess he made his choice because I'm like, I didn't see him. You know, he didn't bring my other brother neither. I'm like, okay. And I say to myself, is it me? Is it something that I'm doing wrong that's causing these problems? And the answer is no. Because one thing I can say about my wife, she'll tell me if it's me. And I always ask her, like, is it me? She said, no, it's not you. But I will tell you when it's you. I'm like, I know you will. That's why I asked you. But it's just unfortunate that we can't come and see eye to eye. Because I told you guys, I do my best to help everybody. And my dearest friend is no longer on the planet, Joe Spencer. We had a very good relationship. I had a better relationship with him than my family. And Joe would tell me, because like I would tell Joe, because I told him about the cigarette. Like, dude, you need to stop that mess, man. Because one day he asked me, could he borrow some few dollars for some cigarettes, and then wanted me to go get them. Like, hell no, dude. Who I look like, your servant? I'm like, you need to stop smoking, man. Especially if you can't afford it. And I would tell him that. I wasn't trying to be rude or mean. I'm like, I love you, and I want you here as long as possible. So that's why I'm telling you this. Because when he had went to the hospital about a year ago, and I was the only one that went up there to visit him, and I was the one that went and picked him up, take him home. On the way home, because he said, hey, I'm going to stop the cigarettes. On our way home, he asked me to stop to the gas station to get cigarettes. I'm like, I'm going to stop tomorrow. I'm like, come on, man. And he never stopped. He just kept smoking till he passed away. But he would tell me, he said, man, you too fucking nice to people. That's your problem. Sometimes you got to tell these people, fuck them. And it's like they start to see the kindness in your heart, and they start to try to take advantage of it. I said, you know what, Joe, you're right. I hate to believe that to be true, but it's true. Because again, like with the car thing, I'm like, man, all these guys are always there for them. Gave 120% helping them, and all of a sudden they too busy, they ain't got time, blah 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 blah. I'm like, this is important, man. And you know me, you know my track record. I rarely ask anybody for anything. So I must need this still. I'm too busy. I'm like, okay, fine. But I'm almost at the 15-minute mark, and then I'm going to shut it down. But I just thought I would get this off my chest as far as, asking myself, is it me? And I'm like, it's not me, Again, this is not an arrogant statement to say I'm never wrong, I never make mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. But they were minor ones. Like, I should have got the barbecue chicken, still the regular chicken. Little stuff, but nothing major, Because I really try to think out the things that I do and the decisions that I make and how they will affect people. Instead of, I don't give a shit about you. I'm going to do this anyway, even though I know it's not going to be in your best interest. I don't give a shit. I'm my first priority, But I just find it very, disheartening that the things that I've had to deal with interacting with people and family members and just friends that it's not me, it's them. Again, I try my best to help everybody. That's why I spend so much time here on YouTube to help you guys. This is not about me showing off my chops or just this is about me. It ain't even about me. I'm like, I don't have to post songs that I know how to play except for to help people. That's the only purpose why I'm doing this. Because there are some people on the channel, that it's for them. It's like, I'm up here to try to get y'all attention and to let y'all see me play guitar. That's not my motivation here. From day one, my motivation is to teach you guys chords to these songs. That's it. And I've got like over 4,000 videos. And like I told you, my band members and, some of my family members like, dude, you're spending too much time for free, man. You could be over here helping us make money, And we still going through that dilemma, because I'm trying to create a happy medium where I can stay here and not be hassled and also help them. Because like I told you about the Patreon account, at least need about $150 a month to justify staying here, and I send that money to my daughter, and I'm at 100, so I need 50, because I told you guys come January, if 150 is not there on a month, this gets shut down. And my focus is towards my bandmates and other issues. So please keep that in mind. This is your channel. Save your channel. Don't let your channel die. Because if you do nothing, the channel will die. When people watch this video and they say this, well, the other next dude gonna save it. While these guys are on my channel every day soaking up this free knowledge. So don't hang yourself. Because like I told you, come January, if I can't meet that threshold about 150 to the Patreon, because with that money, like I told you, I sent my daughter my band members can't trip. They can't, throw an argument up at me because they know, okay, well, he making a few dollars here for his daughter, so we can't argue with that. So please keep that in mind, because I've said it throughout the last several months, and still ain't reached that 150. I'm just like, okay, y'all ain't hearing me until come January 1st, and y'all click on my channel. This channel is no longer in use. Oh shit, and go to the other one. It's gone too. So this is not begging for money. This is just the reality of telling you guys what's gonna happen if there's not enough support and a rationale to keep me here. Because like I told you, and forgive me if I sound like a broken record, if that happens, they'll leave me alone. It's like, okay, well, he's generating a few dollars for his daughter, so we ain't gonna be tripping here making statements. But I just want to make that clear and stress that, support your channel, because this is your channel. This is not Morris Man channel. This is not Morris Man tripping and just, showing you guys what he can do and he's showboating and all that. No, this is to help you guys. And let me just say this, and then I'm going to sign off. There's some people that don't get that. Like I told you guys, my tabbing fee now is $20. And that's extremely a modest fee for what I do and how long it take. It take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to do each of these videos with the chords across the screen. And I had one guy seen an old video, sent me $15. Like, you owe me $5 more. So, well, the video said 15, and I don't think it's fair for me to pay. You know what? Take your $15 and go somewhere else, because you're not going to get what I give you for $15 anywhere else. You're not bright enough to figure that out. Especially from a professional musician. You're like, dude, why would I spend 2 hours to get your $20 when I'm in the studio getting $150 an hour? You do the math. It's like, yeah, do the math. And it's the same thing with me, but I do it to help you guys. This ain't about me lining my pockets with $15. I'm like, $15 to do shit for Morris, man. Maybe when he was 12 years old, but not now. But there's some people don't get it. They don't respect what you do. They don't value your time and what you do for them. Because one guy summed it up perfectly. He said, these idiots think a 4-minute song take 4 minutes. I'm like, you're absolutely right. But it doesn't, But you got some people that they so far out there they don't understand and realize, man, this guy's taking a moment out of his day to put together these songs for us. Because there are a lot of musicians that are gigging out there that thank me. They said, man, you're a lifesaver. We gonna do this song next week, and there's no sheet music, and you showed me not only the chords but how to play it. So thank you. But you got some people that they don't get it. They just think that the world revolves around them. Then you got people that think you're gonna do this shit for free. And then you got to tell them, because when you tell them I send you to the link to get information on the tabbing service, they go away, they don't come back. So they clearly tells me I want to ask for, but I don't want to pay for it. Being a grown-ass man, never asked another grown-ass man for something you're not willing to pay for, I got close to 40,000 subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So there's some people that think it's just about them, and only they will get 2 hours put to the side, and everybody else got to pay. I was like, okay, keep believing that. You're not special. You're just like everybody else, But I'm going to sign off now, but I just thought I would post this video to say this. Life is too short. You don't know when you're going to leave here. When you get sick, you're going to be leaving, but you don't get an expiration date and time, to resolve all of these issues that are still in the air. And I want to clear the air before I leave here. But it's up to these other people, because it's not me. If it was me, I own up to my responsibility and come clean and say, hey, it's me. Let's work this out. I'm willing to fix this. Because I don't want to leave here with issues still floating around. I know you're not going to be able to clear everything, but you try to clear what you can, and it's not impossible, but it's up to those other people. I'm here, let's talk, Till next time, take care and thanks for watching.